Good day, this is Gordon for Metaverse and Crypto. I'm back with you for another deep dive on a token called Triflex. I've previously done a 1 minute short on this. Look that one up if you're wanting a quick overview of the token. Otherwise, you do your own research. This is not financial advice, all those good things. Please subscribe if you like my content and like the video. Thank you. Here you can see the main web page at triflextoken.com. They are currently done pre-sale 1 and 2, which is their whitelist competitions. You can also see the white paper here from the main page of their website. And the core members of the team are creating a limited liability corporation in Puerto Rico. So what is a limited liability company, or an LLC? This is a U.S. specific form of a private limited company, a business structure that allows you to have pass-through taxation of a partnership or sole proprietorship. So it's a little bit different than an incorporated business, and it's also not a sole proprietorship, so it's kind of a hybrid legal entity in the US that allows for some tax benefits, which the token is looking to take advantage of, in particular for their casino gaming utility that they want to develop. So Triflex is a hyperdeflationary token on the Binance Smart Chain that is looking to pay BUSD rewards. As you can see here, Solidity.io is one of the core team development partners for the token. They're actually creating the main contract, and there's 17 other ancillary contracts that interact with this main contract. So this is a very technical contract that the team is taking their time in building and giving Solidity the time to go through it before they go to a third-party audit with Certec or another company to actually audit the contract from a third party. So let's get into the particulars of the token. There's a 14% tax on every buy, sell, or transfer, and this 14% is broken down into a 1% flat burn, 2% liquidity, 2% marketing and development, and 9% rewards reflections for all holders. The white paper also has a specific note for the marketing development wallet, which can be redirected to support other project needs, such as increasing the liquidity pool stability. So there's some flexibility for the token there. Also, the 9% rewards are up to the individual holder. So you have the options of self-reflecting in Triflex, or selecting what they call a curated selection of tokens, which is currently 3 options. You have Nobility, Evergrow, or BUSD to choose from. And it's been explained in the Discord that the self-reflection is the natural choice that will happen for the individual. If you want to go to a manual selection, what happens is you can select this, and then your rewards will accumulate in your wallet until you decide you want to select, say, Evergrow, and then you select that, and you will get paid out in Evergrow token for the amount of funds. Your proportion of the wallet will be paid out in that, and then you can select Evergrow, and if you decide then to let that collect for another 3 or 4 days, and then you can select Nobility, and then maybe you will need some BUSD for a trip or whatever, so you can let that accumulate for another week or 2, and you got some BUSD that you can select. And that's kind of the manual kind of approach that will be taken. The core team has also indicated in some other AMAs that there may be an additional curated token that they may add prior to launch, and there's also a proprietary blockchain voting mechanism that Triflex community can use to vote on tokens, which will be available for future created token selection. So this will expand, or maybe they'll rotate these around. It's not really been defined how this additional tokens will be there, if they'll add, say, up to 5 tokens and then rotate those out, or maybe they'll just add a number of tokens as they go and you'll have more and more choices. This hasn't been defined particularly at this point. So looking at the initial token allocation for Triflex, you can see it's a 1 quadrillion token supply, and you have several pieces of the token here. There's a team wallet with 65 trillion, an airdrop wallet of 60 trillion, private sale of 75 trillion, liquidity for the liquidity pools at 200 trillion, a pre-sale 1 and 2 that I mentioned at 200 and 400 trillion, making up the total 1 quadrillion supply. Now, part of the core team's desire in having a private sale and a pre-sale 1 and 2 was to ensure that there's not too many large wallets out there, even if somebody was to get a private sale and into pre-sale 1 and 2, in order to not create those very large wallets. So they have a private sale of 75 trillion tokens with a small amount being available at launch, 20%, and there's a 10-month vested period where they get 8% each vesting cycle throughout that, so it'll be a 10-month distribution. Those tokens come available to the wallets. Now, pre-sale 1 and 2 have already been completed. That is the selection of the wallets and the individuals for these pre-sales. The first one, pre-sale 1, is 200 trillion tokens and will have a 50% released at launch and a 14-day 10% vesting period. And pre-sale 2 is twice as big, 40% of the total supply, and they receive 50% of their tokens at launch and the same vesting period of 10% every 14 days. Now you'll note there's hard caps listed of 1,005 BNB for pre-sale 1 and 2,010 BNB for pre-sale 2. Again, in order to ensure the liquidity and the solid foundation for the token, the team has decided to make it a $1,500 USD buy-in, and they will set the amount of BNB that will be closer to when these dates are set for pre-sale 1 and 2, which has not been defined at this point in time as I make this video. Couple other pieces of the supply. You'll note that the airdrop wallet is listed here for rewards for long-term holders and I guess additional assets when needed to benefit the community. This has not really been defined or talked about much, and we'll have to get into that later when the token is launched. You also know that the team wallet here has been locked for a minimum of 5 years. The core team has also noted in AMAs that they do not get paid unless the token does well, similar to any other holder. So they receive BUSD like any other holder. So if the token does not succeed, they don't succeed and they don't get paid. So they have a large incentive, I guess, to ensure that the token will go forward. And I guess one of the key points that I do like about the core team is that in order to create the LLC in Puerto Rico, there's at least 3 of the core team members that are moving to Puerto Rico. So, in my estimation, you don't kind of move your family or move your life to another country in order to just create a crypto token with you have no belief in it. So their belief must be strong in the utility that they're creating and going forward. So this makes me very excited to be part of this token. So looking at the token's utilities, they're going to have a promotional reward slot that's going to be available at launch. This reward slot allows new token projects to purchase a reward slot percentage of the contract tax for a limited time. This will allow the new projects to immediately get their token out to a large community, and also the profits generated from the sales of their promotional slot will be distributed to Triflex holders in the form of rewards and used to buy back and burn the circulating supply as well. Further, a Triflex vault will be established off the token allocations earned via this promotional reward slot pool in order to create a foundation necessarily for a fully decentralized platform. And the team is also at work on a Triflex wallet, which will be integrated with Triflex and Solidity.io, allowing buy, sell, swap, basic functions of a wallet, and they're already got this underway with Solidity.io at the present time. Now, the 3 bigger utilities that I really like is, the first one is a Metaverse casino. They've already entered into talks with a major video game developer, and a casino, if it takes off with the right marketing, could provide a lot of utility and volume towards the token. They also have an NFT marketplace project, and the team has taken steps already to move this forward, getting some partnerships with companies like Vans on initial kind of NFT release, which is being done on OpenSea. So it's great to see the team taking steps to move these utilities forward prior to launch, and I would expect that a few of these will drop sooner rather than later once the token launches. Finally, their hidden utility, Project Luna Mutante, has already been announced. It's a launch pad that will kind of be linked to the initial promotional award slot and ties into the vault as well. Now, the core team has looked at this as well as creating a better space for, a launch pad and creating a bunch of the utilities and pieces that they see that are not available in other options out there. So that's a quick overview of the Triflex token and their white paper. I'd encourage you to get into their Telegram or Discord channels. The launch date is to be determined at this point, and it's again contingent on Solidity.io completing the contracts, and then they'll move on to a third-party audit. I would expect that this will happen in kind of the second week or third week of May, just given the technicalities or the difficulties around the contract and the number of ancillary contracts that are interacting with the main contract. Again, thanks for listening. This is Gordon for Metaverse and Crypto. If you liked my information, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.